Hello guys, I'm Vishal Jagtap. I'm a full-time trader and investor. I'm trading into markets from past almost 5.5 to 6 years as a full-time trader and investor. Before that also I was trading, but trading was not the only focus at that particular time because I was completing my education, and after that so I was doing job. So at that time trading was just on and off thing, but from past 6 years I have been doing trading full time. So in this particular video I would be talking about one of our trading position, to be honestly investing position, where we have invested and currently we are gaining almost 45% plus profit from that particular stock. So name of that particular stock is Kpit Technologies. So we have bought around 460 zones. So when we bought around 460 zones, so that time we have deployed capital of almost 42 lakh 50,000 in this particular stock. So currently it is trading around 670 680 zones. We are almost making 19 to 20 lakh profits from this particular position, and we are gaining 45 percentage of good amount of returns from this particular stock. So I would be discussing three important things in this particular video: that when we bought this particular stock, so what was the reasoning, what was the reason behind buying this particular stock, what were the technical parameters decided to buy this particular stock. Secondly, when we were buying, so at that time what were the technical targets according to charts. And thirdly, if someone wished to buy this particular stock right now, then what would be his or her approach, what would be the short term targets for this particular stock, what would be the medium to long term view for this particular stock. And currently it is trading around 670. Let's say with the market volatility, if this particular stock comes to the downside, then where we can add. So I would be discussing these particular things. So guys, before going ahead, make sure to subscribe for this particular channel, because I would be coming up with the more learning videos where I would be talking about the trading and investing position which I am taking. So whatever that entries, whatever the parameters which we will be looking into that particular stock, so I would be discussing that. So it may help you to aware more about entries and exits. So make sure to subscribe this particular channel. Now let's move toward the Kpit Technologies analysis. So guys, you can see that this is the daily chart of Kpit Technologies. So we have entered into this particular stock over this particular zones, around 460 zones. So this is the double bottom. So now I just want to let you know that we have entered with quite a good quantity in this particular stock. So what is the reason that why we have entered with this particular quantity? Because that is something which can help you to understand that learnings or what we can take from this particular video. So I will just update you on that. So before going ahead, I will quickly move to the weekly chart, because I believe that weekly chart is the most important thing while you are doing positional trading or swing trading, or whether you are doing selecting any particular stock for the investment purposes. So if weekly stock is good, then if weekly chart is good, then we can definitely go ahead with that particular stock. Here in the Kpit Technologies, you guys can see that in 2021 this particular stock has given breakout over here above 120 zones. Before that it was trading below that. Before also it has have the history, but eventually it merged with the Birlasoft and then again demerged. So we have this much amount of candlestick chart, and you guys can see that it has consolidated over here and it has given a breakout. So in 2021 all the IT stocks have performed quite well. So this is also a mid cap IT stock, and you guys can see that from 120 zones this particular stock has rallied to the 800 zone. So it has already given a mega multi-bagger returns. So this is not the zones where it has came into our radar, to be very honest. I'll just let you know that where this particular stock has came into our radar or where we have entered for the first time. So I'll just quickly move to the daily chart. So this is the daily chart. On the daily chart, you guys can see that this is the pole and flag. So around 375, around 300 to 375 zones, this particular stock has created this particular pole and flag. So this is the first time where we have entered into this particular stock. It has given breakout over here around 380 390 zones. So I remember that first we have entered around 400 zones, and from there it has quickly moved for the upside. So to be very honest, when we have first entered over here, so that time we were not having that much quantity, but it performed quite well. To be very honest, it got almost double from 400. It has given the highs of 800 zones. So when that particular stock came on the downside, so that time we increased the quantity. Now the reason for increasing our quantity is fundamental as well. So if you guys want to know that what is the fundamental reason or what is the good thing about Kpit Technologies, so do let me know in the comments so that I can make a dedicated video on that as well. So you would be knowing more about this particular company. So here, when this particular stock has created this particular highs at 800 zones, so that time, as I said, that we have entered around 400 zones, and from there our capital got almost double. So we were so happy, and but after that markets are on the sidelines, or we can say market have corrected well, or more than that, market से ज़्यादा IT stocks have corrected well in the past few months. So Kpit technology also have corrected quite well from the highs of 800. You guys can see that it has came to this zone, and this zone again acted as a resistance, and from there it has came to this zone. So when it came to this particular zone and this particular bounce has came, so that time we thought, yeah, it's a good bounce, and let's see that whether we are getting another opportunity or not. And again it came to this zone, and now this is my favorite pattern, which is called as the double bottom. So because I have experienced that this particular pattern is having quite a good success ratio for the investing purposes. So when this particular second bottom was happening and we saw the reversal, so we entered into this particular stock. I'll just quickly remove this particular thing, and I will update you on that as well. So this is the first bottom, this is the second bottom, and this is the third bottom. So we have entered here over here 460 zones, and from there this particular stock is performing quite well, higher highs and higher lows it is performing, and now it is moved to this particular zones where it has created the pole and flag zones as well. So right now also we are having bullish, and we are having this particular higher targets of 800 zones where it has created the highs. So I will be updating that if one wants to enter into this particular stock right now, then what should be his approach, or where one can enter, or what dips we can be having. So I will be updating you on that as well. Okay, so as of now you guys can see that this kind of structure has been created. This particular zones, when this particular stock has hit to 800 zones, and when it came for the downside, so this particular zones acted as a resistance, and from there it has came for the downside, and here it has created the double bottom, eventually the triple bottom, and from here this particular stock has went for the upside, and in this particular candle it has given the breakout. I'll just show you the volumes, because volumes always confirms the trend of that particular stock. Here you guys can see it has given, just a second, I'll just quickly remove, and yes, so you guys can see that this breakout has came up with a very good volume. This is the highest volume on Kpit technologies from the beginning of this particular stock. So this is a quite a good big volume breakout has happened, and after that this particular stock is consolidating. So I always believe that whenever a good volume breakout happens, or whenever a good up move happens in any particular stock, like you guys have seen that in the past year this particular stock has performed quite a well. You guys can see that this is the longer term chart, and you guys can see that it has performed quite well. So I always love this type of consolidation, because this consolidation is the sign that this particular stock is gaining the strength. This particular stock is not coming on the downside, whether on the downside, whereas this particular stock is consolidating in this particular zones, so it wants to go for the upside. You guys can see that here recently the big volume breakout has been happened. You guys can see that this type of volumes never happened in this particular stock earlier. So this big breakout has happened, and now again this particular stock is consolidating. So if someone wants to make a fresh entry, then you guys can see that this is the pole and flag which it has been creating. So this is the pole and flag. So whenever this particular stock will give close above 685 695 zones, then that would be a technical entry, and targets after that would be the 800 zones, which is the earlier highs. So that would be the first targets. And if let's say for example if this particular stock did not give this breakout, and if it comes to this particular zone 650 625, then consider this as a good buying opportunity, because these were the earlier resistance, and now it has been broken over here. And you guys can see that with the good volume, so whenever the resistance breaks, so it becomes good support. So whenever it will come to this zone, then eventually it would be a good buying opportunity. And you guys can see that this particular rising trend line has also built over here, so it is a quite a good support zone. So if consider this as a good buying opportunity and enter over here. Now we are also having view that this particular stock is a good fundamental shift, and it can move towards 1200 1500 and even towards 2000 zones as well. So do let me know in the comments whether you want to know that particular reasoning, then I will make video on that. So before ending this particular thing, I'll just quickly show you the Nifty IT chart. The Nifty IT chart also you guys can see, this is the weekly chart, and from the upside it has corrected quite well, and now it is creating this double bottom pattern. So we are having this particular good view on IT stocks as well going forward, that they will again perform well, and this is the good opportunity to buy the IT stocks as well. So do let me know in the comments that whether I should create one dedicated video on IT stocks or not. Then if you guys say, then I will definitely create and let you know that what are the opportunities in IT stocks and how we can enter into that particular stock, so that we can able to enjoy this particular rally. Thank you so much guys for watching this particular video. I hope you got little bit value out of it. Also you got little bit learning out of it. I believe in one thing, that each and every passing day, if we keep on learning small things, then eventually in longer run that particular things adds up to a big thing. So I will make sure that I will keep coming up with such learning videos. So make sure to subscribe this particular channel. Thank you so much. Do take care and have an awesome time. Thank you so much.